Hey everybody, we're down at the Sommerheim Archaeological District. We're going to take a little trip through the woods, a little hike through the woods, see if we can't find some history.
Yep, let's go.
Let's check it out.
Erie, Pennsylvania. So much history in one little place. But how did this once seemingly small shipbuilding community transform itself to what we see today? Let's take a look at these historic events tonight on Project Algerine.
So we are on Sommerheim Drive by the pumping station here. This was put in late 1920s, early 1930s-ish, around there. And I'm gonna try to line up a shot try to be as steady as I can to try to line one up. And then we're gonna try to, we can't go down here any longer to be able to go down to the foot of the bay down here, which would be our ultimate destination, obviously. But you know, there's always
hiking about.
Yeah, there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? So to speak. So we're gonna see if we can't get to an area where we can at least get a vantage point and see where it's at, and then we'll check it out that way. So we're gonna head that way now. Hey, we're back at Scott Park. We are down at Scott Park, and we are gonna head through the trails back here on the Sommerheim side and see what we can find while we're down here. It's always kind of interesting to see. This area is always kind of interesting to me. This part right here is one of the only remaining parts of the track, or where the track was for the Algeria farm, like right about here to probably right about there. It was right in the same spot, like if you line it up. Just something interesting I thought I'd point out. Okay, so we're gonna head back through here.
Little hiking adventure.
Get our steps in for the day.
Yeah.
So I used to come out here in the 70s as a kid, and it has changed considerably.
Different pathways.
Yeah. And it's a lot of this stuff has grown up so much. When I'll put an overhead view from like the 50s or something like that. You can see how much this has grown up now as compared to it was. There were spots back that way that were completely open.
Wow. So growth-wise,
Yeah. They were old, paddocks. They were old fields that the horses would use. So the reason why nobody's ever developed back here is because this is actually on the historic places, the list of historic places for archaeological digs.
Oh, okay.
There are 6 sites back here in the woods that they discovered in the 70s, and that are from the Archaic Period, which is
my time.
Yeah, it's before our time. It's about 8,000 BC to roughly 700 BC.
Okay.
Right about they faded out. These people faded out right about the time that the bow and arrow came into invented and used. So there are 6 different sites back here. They found tools and they found evidence of some homes. They were like a nomadic group of hunter-gatherers.
Okay.
And
That makes sense because of all the wildlife around here. Fishing
yeah,
right there.
yeah. So what's interesting about this, okay, is that apparently at one point, this part right about here was a dump. Was like they would dump trash, yeah. And I remember as a really little kid, right around this area here, because we were right across from, it's a little hard to see through the trees there, but we're across from where the pumping station is over there. Okay. And right around here there was always a couple cars that were kind of sticking up out of the ground. They were old, from the 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
And then they just rusted away eventually. You know, every year you'd see them, little more or less was, you know, gone of them.
Oxidized out.
Yeah. So, well, all right, let's keep heading on. All right, so we're walking down into this ravine up here. So I want to check some stuff out if I can. Now, if you can see all that red clay down there,
Yeah.
that's that really rust color is because of all the bog ore
Oh, right on, yeah.
that it was in this area. And it still follows that down here. And yeah, that is what that's from right there. It's from the old bog ore mines.
Still with us today.
Yeah, still see it. All right, now we got a nice big hill to climb here. Yeah, it's really nice in here. It's nice and cool too. At least the wind's not.
Yeah, whipping.
Yeah. So over here might be a little difficult to see. I'll stop here and try to point it out and zoom in a little bit. Okay, you see that road right there? That road, that is Sommerheim Drive. That was originally put in 1875. Man, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Louis something or other. I think it's an S. Anyway, he's the one that built the first road that went from 8th Street, which was Westlake Road, the Lake Road, which is up this way, and built a path down here to get to what was at the time the Lone Fisherman's Inn.
Oh, okay.
That was a restaurant that was at the time only accessible by boat.
Steamboat, right?
Yeah. We are heading towards that way now. Wow, look at this tree. Wonder if that made any noise. Okay, we are at the top of the hill up here. If you look down below there, that is Sommerheim Drive heading down, and then behind the trees and the bushes there, that is the pump house down there. And then the Tracy Point Hotel would have been right down there at the bottom of this
Where the
thing.
Mercyhurst high school road.
Yes, right where the Mercyhurst has their rowing crew boats there. So we're gonna try to get on the bluff here and get a little better vantage point. But we just wanted to check this out up here because there's a really cool old marker in the ground here. Either a survey marker of some kind, or this was like a pier possibly for a set of steps. I have a video, or not a video, I have a photo that kind of shows what appears to be a set of steps leading from the road down there,
Okay, that makes sense.
kind of up into this area up here. So, and this is pretty much in line with that. So I'm gonna guess that that's what originally, because people don't really know, but you know, there wasn't water access from here over to the Massasauga Point Hotel, which is down there.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, there wasn't land access, beach access. Like you couldn't walk along the bluff there because it went right into the water. Yeah. So they would come up here, and then this trail here was where all the people went between hotels.
Yeah.
And then also at one time, you have to remember too, is if you turn around and look this way, directly across from us, like I said before, right there, that's Sommerheim Drive. Directly across from us, right there, would have been the very first Cockle Club.
Okay.
So you had all those people there. And now you got to remember too, is the only way to catch the trolley would have been over at Massasauga Point Hotel. So those people, if they wanted to catch the trolley, come over here. So it's very possible that they may have had something crossing here at the time too.
Sure, makes sense.
You know, I don't know for sure. So we're gonna head down there. It's gonna be difficult to line up some shots, but I can kind of point out some stuff, and you know, maybe you can see where things are, and I can kind of line up where some stuff was. So we're gonna try to break our necks by going down this this hill. Yeah, we're not going all the way down. We're just gonna go down like to the halfway point, like right down there. We think we can perch right on the property right there and be able to see exactly what we need to see, and that way we're still technically, you know, on the park property. So we'll see in a few minutes, hopefully. All right, we are down about as far as we could go, really. Not without, you know, violating some, you know, some federal laws or something. So, all right, so right about here would have been where the Tracy Point Hotel was built. But originally, that was the Lone Fisherman's Inn. And then it burned down, and then they built this hotel here, Daniel Tracy Hotel down here. And it was run by a guy named Max Radish, I believe his last name was Radish. And he ran the hotel for several years. He finally passed away in 1890 or maybe it was 1901. I'll look it up. Yeah, I'll look it up and slap a tombstone up there on the screen. So after after Tracy Point, it turned into the Erie Yacht Club. First, it was called Station Number 1 at Tracy Point.
Okay.
And then that burned down. Yeah. So then this became the summer home of Germer. I believe it was a doctor. I'm not positive on that, but Well, this is where, and you can't really see much down here, so I'm gonna try to. So anyway, that was all right there. That's. So in about I think it was 1898, there was a woman was escorting some children out to the beach at Massasauga Point, which the beach would have been out about that way, over there, kind of in front of where Sarah's restaurant is.
Okay. Yeah.
And she was bringing these kids home, and they got on a schooner, and they were going to take that back to the dock. And they got right about in front of where the hotel was out here in the bay, and the boom swung over and knocked all the kids off into the yeah,
Like how many?
like 7 or 8 kids into the water, and the girls couldn't tread water as well as the boys, and the clothing would weigh them down and stuff. So yeah, the girls perished here. That would have happened right out here. Yeah, I know it's not much of a vantage point to get to, but this is about as close as we can get right now. Now we get to walk back up this lovely hill. Look how big that is.
You want me to get you, or you want me to?
Go ahead, you can go first. All right, well, we made it. Whew. I don't want to have to do that again. All right, not today. All right, let's continue our little walk here. Okay, we are walking along the top of the bluff here. It is
It's pretty steep. Like
it's very steep.
The bluff is sheer.
Yeah.
Where we walk down, no problem. This,
Yeah,
no chance.
that's straight down.
Yeah.
There's a story in, I believe it was around 1898, where a young kid around 10 or 12 was hunting with his uncle, and they were coming along the bluff here, and apparently the kid slipped. They were going to try to head down a path, apparently, one of these side paths here.
It's steep.
Yeah, and the kid slipped, and his gun went off and shot the uncle in the back of the knee, and he proceeds to then go tumbling down the hill with missing half his leg.
Yeah, sure.
And so the kid panics, and he runs down there after him, and the guy's in a ton of pain, and it says that he ran over to the hotel there, but they were closed for the winter. So he had to run up, and he ran up to the Algeria farm, and was able to get word out to a doctor
Nice.
to come send rescue. Yeah, so they had to rescue the guy that was down there. He lived, but they never found his leg or the gun. So
Ooh, it's still there, probably.
yeah, probably buried in the muck. That's that story. Hey guys, we want to thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Lonely nights and moonlit sky. Hear those whispers passing by. Softly comes the morning light. Erie's waves through endless night. Old hotel stands proud and tall. Tracy Point, where memories call. In the silence, hear the song. Tracy Point, I stand.